America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Mr. Cortez.
Here.
Mr. Rossi.
Here.
Mr. McDermott.
Here.
Mr. Bale.
Here.
Mr. Stevens.
Here.
And Mr. Pearson is absent.
All right, we are gonna kick off the meeting with talking about the Beacon Mills project update. Steve's gonna give us a little idea of what needs to be updated with lending, and we will hear from Steve.
Yeah, sorry for seeing back here. So remind me again, who is unfamiliar with this project? Is there anybody in the room?
Just give a brief review.
Sure. So this is 1719 Edward Street. We were initially approached the seller going back about a year and a half now, and they were looking for a quick close. We came to the IDA and we said, hey, we have an opportunity to do a nice senior housing development, but we need an avenue to hold land until the time that we can go through the HCR process. So HCR is Homes and Community and Renewal. It's a very elongated process in obtaining all the necessary financing that runs through the state. And so therefore you need a longer diligence and closing period than you would on a traditional market rate development. And so the IDA was kind enough to step in and acquire the land. We have an option to buy the land back at par value from you guys at the time that we receive HCR approval. So we entered into a 9% tax credit program last year through HCR. So every year they open up a window, usually around mid-July, just opened up 2 weeks ago, and then they give all the state workers go to vacation, and when they tell all the developers, architects, and engineers, you guys need to work for the next 2 months, and all the applications are due. In this case, it's due September 10th. So we had put in an application last year. It was the most competitive round in Mohawk Valley, so they allocate 2 or 3 projects in every region. It was the most competitive round in Mohawk Valley, I was told, in history. So they had 8 projects that went in last year, and they don't really give transparency on what happened and how it happened, but ultimately the 3 deals that got funded were all in and around the Micron area where the governor is trying to promote as much housing as possible around that area. So I suspect that's why this project didn't necessarily get approved. As I said from the get-go, 9% rounds are very competitive. So unlike a 4% where you just, as long as you have a project, you put your name in the queue, as soon as you're up, you get funded. With 9%, you have to go into competition with all the other projects in that round, and whoever scores the highest in theory should be the project that gets funded. Now, what I'll say, I guess someone here, obviously I'm on the record, is told from HCR that this was a very high scoring project last year. Again, they don't give you transparency on scoring, they don't give you transparency on why what happened, but my hunch is that a lot of it was focused around Micron as the governor's been acquiring of.
What's Micron?
What's that?
What is Micron? You keep saying
So a
the
company
governor's.
that's a publicly traded company building out by Syracuse, huge development.
Yeah, they're doing a multi-billion-dollar semiconductor company or business out there in Syracuse, in not Rome, but north of Syracuse. So a lot of the focus right now is both the CHIPS Act as well as, from the state's perspective, to repatriate chips back into the country and have us not have to rely on Taiwan Semiconductor or other semiconductor companies and be able to rely on our own chips.
You said it was a high scoring, but what do you mean?
So there's a scoring system for everything related to the
Who
project.
gives it?
HCR does internal,
What is it?
Homes and Community, and they internally have a scoring system. They give us their scoring criteria, but they don't ever publicly disclose what the scores are across projects. So it's a little bit of a black box as to how they end up allocating which project to move forward. But what I was told off the record was that this was a very high project. Again, we don't know exactly why it was denied the first round. But as I said from day one, when I came in with this project, with any HCR project, there's no guarantee on the first round, right? The reason why we said we're looking for a 4-year option is because these projects can take time, and when your number gets called, then you start moving the process forward.
You said it's unlikely the first round. Are you
There's-
saying the second round, or how many rounds
Here-
are there?
You get as many as you want, but
So you're saying it's
over,
better chances of the rounds?
Yeah. so it's stupid in my opinion, but they'll look to see who's applied previously, and there's usually a prioritization, right? So they try to make sure that previous applicants have a higher likelihood of scoring, or higher likelihood of getting awarded the next time around. So it's not purely a scoring system, that's why I call it a black box, because it's really what they decide.
And HCR against homes, community, and what?
Renewal.
Renewal.
Yeah. So application round just opened back up. We're making no changes. The positive thing is that the application from last year has had very minimal changes to this year, whereas 04 to 05 was a pretty drastic change. 05 to 06 is fairly similar. As much as I would like to say it's a lot copy paste, it's a lot more intense than that. Between now and September 10th, we'll be working on this nonstop in order to get our application back in. We're submitting for our technical assistance, so every applicant has to go through a technical assistance process. That's this Thursday at 3 o'clock. We have to have our application in, so we're already grinding on putting together the necessary paperwork to then have that call, have them tell us what they think of our initial application, with the hopes that by the time we get to the final application, we'll be ready to go. Again, because we were told off the record that it was high scoring last year, we're hopeful that this should be a better scenario. The only one attribute that I think has changed materially that actually is in our favor is that they're now giving an additional 4 or 5 points for transit-oriented development. So the bus stop, there's one roughly here, and then there's one at the end of the street, so we should be able to obtain those additional points. On top of that, from what I'm hearing through the grapevine, is that there should only be 4 projects that go in this year, and they will fund either 2 or 3 of the 4 projects, so it's just a smaller subset of deals at a less competitive round. So in total, it's 64 units of senior housing, so 55 plus, aging in place, fully amenitized gym, community room, lobby area, and then at the far left side of the picture, the 1-story building with the tall roof is going to be 7,500 square feet of civic space that's going to be run by ICANN, where again, ICANN is going to be bringing in 25 to 30 new jobs hired locally, where they're also rolling out a medical program, so they're going to be hiring nurses and doctors, and the range of salaries of who will be hiring is between $48,000 and $145,000. So it's real economic development that will be taking place. For those of you who have not had a chance to go visit ICANN, I suggest you do. They work in one of the former AIDA members' co-working office. But they have 18 employees currently. They have a phenomenal system where they're going out to young children who are disadvantaged, going out to seniors who are socially challenged, and they have 36 different wellness programs, support service programs that they provide for all the community. They're trying to get the word out more and more, and they believe that by having this, they're already working on 2 additional programs that they said is going to require them to expand beyond 7,500 square feet. So they're already telling us that we're going to grow out of this building very quickly, which is a good problem to have. But that just means more jobs, more opportunities to help the local community. And they're our service provider. They're going to be responsible for leasing up 14 of the 64 units. And what else can I tell you? September 10th is the deadline. We're excited to go back in. The whole purpose of this conversation is really, we had a pilot resolution previously. It was in the name of our partner because at that point in time we hadn't set up the new LLC, and we want to assign the resolution to our LLC that's set up, which is Beacon Mills LLC.
To get the lending, is it right that when you assign a new name to the entity, you need to get approval from the lender, is that right? Or why do you need, if we already voted on it, why do you need our?
Just because the application's all going in under Beacon Mills LLC, so all the contracts we have currently that sit under one Leasing LLC are all going to be assigned to Beacon Mills, just because this is I can show you the application one day, it's like 50 different folders with 10 to 12 documents in each folder. It's intense, and then they're very prescriptive about what needs to be done. So as an example of one of our other partners, they were working on multiple deals last year. They accidentally uploaded the market study from a different community than the community they submitted for, and done. Like, they got rejected just like that. So when they say stuff like your application, the applicant on all of the documentation, so seeker, option agreement, planning board approvals, all needs to match the applicant of the contract. It's just, you have to check every box.
So does anyone have any questions around that, of why we have both when the entity's name changed?
No, I understand the name change, I'm just wondering, yeah, this is an opportunity, this window opened up. What if, you wanted, you're hopeful we'll get, what if you didn't get this 9%?
What was the last part you said?
What if you didn't get it?
We'll go back in next year.
So wait, project will wait here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's because there's no other window, so the 9% deals are based on size of the building.
Uh-huh.
So based on the size of this building, we can't go in as a 4%.
Right.
So we have to go in as a 9% round. And that window opens up every July, and it's, 2 months window.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, that's good.
Any questions, Chuck, that we should be asking?
No, this is a simple assignment. Just the administrative,
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
yeah, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, all of our documents, auction, PSA, all say home leasing and signs. We're just going through the steps.
Yeah, to me, it's something we already voted on, we're just voting on again with a different LLC.
So,
Well, I mean, I'll sponsor the resolution to change the name.
I'll second it.
Well, you want to vote on it now or after?
Is that up to you? We can vote on it now.
Mr. Domkowski?
Yes.
Mr. Cortez?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Bea?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes. Thanks.
Good job. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll keep you posted. Oh, yes.
Here's the one at East End, Petersburg. I think that got turned down around 1
Okay.
What did he say?
The Petersburg Apartments.
Okay.
I think that got turned down around 1,
That's great.
and then
Yeah,
they
I
go
gotta go
back.
see the place.
I can imagine being on the board and you get like, 5 or 6, almost, slightly different, but almost equally deserving, and you can say, well,
They're also building a big Chobani plant in Rome,
okay.
huge, and so obviously they want all the housing they can get out that way.
Yogurt and
Yeah.
semiconducting circuits. What we do.
Semiconductor.
I thought you'd say you'd like software.
Very
I
soft.
know, I'll accept these hardware jobs, I guess. I'm a software guy.
All right. Great. Matt Nelson's a good friend.
Yeah.
Great to work with.
Okay.
We're gonna introduce,
Yeah. So good luck.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Take care.
Thanks, Lee. Okay, so we have, next we have Michael Parisi and Michael's counsel. Thanks for coming here, welcome to both, and look forward to hearing what you have to say.
you're gonna pretty much update the new members of the board on the years that we have been waiting.
This process has taken over three years. We're dealing with New York State, so everything moves at a snail's pace. We've invested over $200,000 into this project. Lobbyists, lawyers, consultants. And now the state says, get all this together within 30 days and we're dropping your application.
Yeah.
So we just got this all dumped on us. So what we're proposing, as we did a couple of years ago, that 1 acre of land would have a 10,000 square foot footprint. It would be a 2-story building. It's a warehouse, it's a windowless building. And it's indoor cultivation. Really, it's complicated, but when you look at it from the outside, it's just a nondescript warehouse. Nothing is done outdoors, all done indoors.
No retail, no, it's a farm.
Yeah, it's an indoor farm, and we distribute to the retailers. That's our purpose.
Is it a building to be built or a building being renovated?
It'd be a new structure.
New structure?
But again, it's just a steel building. It's nothing different than what's already up there. It would be 2 stories because the license is for 12,500 square feet of canopy. We need around 20,000 square feet, with all the support that goes into it and so on and so forth.
Joe, this is behind AGT. This is the only useful piece of that property, right?
Well, this is the piece of property that Mike wants from our agency, and that's the piece of property that has been cited in the application.
Yeah.
So,
That's all that was available when we.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought there wasn't much land there. Not much bigger of an option could go there.
But it's, shovel ready,
Yeah.
which makes it nice, you know what I'm saying? I know they put a lot of waste in that one area, because it's at the end. I know the McDonald's, and they engineered that area. And, we'll deal with that as it comes forward.
So who's Third Rock Cannabis?
So that was the initial organization that he filed under, Third Rock Cannabis LLC. However, he went the small business disabled veteran route. So he filed under a completely new entity, Enzo Farms LLC. So we would ask that it be updated, the resolution be updated to reflect that, because that's what the application is being reviewed under, is Enzo Farms LLC.
Why did you have to change the name?
We changed the identity because I went under the program for veterans, sponsored by the state. Anybody who's a disabled veteran, supposedly, you get first, they're gonna pick us first. 3 years later, now we're here. So we had to change things around a little bit.
SDV OSB.
Hmm?
SDV OSB, Service Disabled Veteran.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, yeah, and this is through the Office of Cannabis Management too, they're the ones who are
Yes.
in the state, okay, yeah. So the other thing too, what I'm curious about for AIDA is employment that you might be able to add based on this building as well. Is that a possibility that you'd be able to hire anyone new?
Yes. So, we have cultivators. We have a general manager, he sits at the top. Underneath him, he has cultivators. We have trimmers come in when the harvest happens. So that will be a lot of people there, maybe 20 people. Normally, for a facility this size, probably around 10 full-time workers. They're all decent paying jobs.
Yeah.
They're all decent paying jobs.
What's decent paying?
Anywhere from $25 an hour to $150,000 a year.
Not to mention all the local contractors still.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
So it's really the same organization, just a different name.
Just a different name, yeah.
And nothing about the project has changed.
Okay,
So all we need is the resolution.
we got a resolution.
yes.
Any other questions we should be asking, Chuck?
No, this is pretty similar to what we just did with
Right.
me.
Simon?
Yeah, and they're looking to show site control of the project to the agency as well.
Mhm.
So and the contract shows site control as well. It's kind of two things. If there's anything else that helps in this, I would, they're really stuck with one. Yeah. I think they like
So
this.
that's the purpose of this meeting, is, the special meeting is because when Mr. Parisi said, has a 30-day window to get his application bumped up. He needed this resolution. And then I thought we might as well bring in Sumi, who also is doing a project for us. We might as well get two birds with one stone. And if you also notice, I don't know if you recognize Mr. Parisi, but in front of the Amsterdam Post Office, you'll see his flag as a decorated veteran of Amsterdam. And I'm pretty proud that I know him and grew up with him, Mike. And it's a great honor that we're going to help a veteran.
I'd like to sponsor a resolution.
Very good.
I would second it.
All right. Sandy?
Mr. Domkowski?
Yes.
Mr. Cortez?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Bayo?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes. All right, good luck.
Well, thank you, everyone, for
Thank you
taking
so
the time out
much.
to talk to us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I gotta admit, I had to look up and find out where Dandriano Drive was.
Yeah, I think it's behind that AGT.
But
building.
you're in the middle of that, nobody's gonna
We're
find
at
it.
the end of the road.
You are.
And that's where we want to be.
But then it falls off into a cliff. Unused.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
Mike.
We just have a point of order. Who called this meeting?
I did actually.
Okay,
You suggested it, but
I suggested it on his behalf.
right, okay.
But Joe contacted me saying,
Right,
explain the two birds with
We
one
need to
stone.
have this meeting.
right. Just for record keeping, it should be that the chairman requested it,
Okay,
because that's called for in the bylaws.
sure, yeah,
Okay,
sounds good. All right, we got a adjournment, vote to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Oh,
Go ahead, Joe.
I'm sorry, who seconded?
Joe.
Joe.
did,
Joe Victor.
and Phil, motion?
Bill
Yeah.
motion.
Okay, Mr. Domkowski?
Yes.
Mr. Cortez?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Bayo? Mr.
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
all right.
You got another
Who's the
meeting?
secretary?
Oh, isn't it?
So Irene, what are they gonna, are they?
Dan.
I'm going to see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Irene.